Okay, writing the equation of a line. Let's just talk through the basics pretty quickly. Usually most people just need a brief review when it comes to working with lines, but there's still some easy places to, get tripped up. So, um, like I said, let's just kind of review the basics. We usually deal with two different forms of the equation of a line. So slope-intercept, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b the y-intercept. Okay, so when I'm coming up, like the different kinds of examples that you'll see are things like, okay, find the equation of a line. You're usually given then some information to do that. So really what you need to think about is, what do you need to find the equation of a line? You need two things. You need 1 point and the slope of the line. So, the different questions you'll see usually vary a little bit. One where you're given just that, a point and the slope, and then you'll go through the process we're going to model here. Or sometimes you're given 2 points. If you're given 2 points, then that's enough information to find the slope. So you can use either of those 2 points and the given slope. So let's go through that process. So typically there are two different ways people teach this. I'm going to briefly show you both so you can use whichever one you're comfortable with. But again, usually you're asked to come up with the equation of a line and you're given two different things. So let's say you're given the point 2, -3 and the slope -1/3. Okay, so we're going to come up with the equation of the line, and this is the first way. A lot of people just use the y equals mx plus b equation. I would say that's what most people use. And so we just plug in what we know. We plug in 2 for x, -3 for y, and -1/3 for m, and that gives us then enough information to find b, the y-intercept. So -3 is equal to -1/3 times 2 plus b. So -3 is equal to -2/3 plus b, and b is equal to -3 plus 2/3. So what is that? Let's see, 3 times -3 is -9, plus 2 is -7. So this is -7/3. Okay, so then we go back to the y equals mx plus b, and we go ahead and leave the y, plug in the slope, and write down our new or our found y-intercept. So this is the equation of that line. Okay, so moving forward, let's look at way 2. So the other way this is typically taught is to use the point slope form of a line, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which is really just writing the slope formula on a straight line, where x1 and y1 again represent the given point, and m again is your slope. So if we use the same information, 2, -3, and the slope of -1/3, let's just go through this process, and then again you can choose which one you like best. So y minus, that would be a -3, so y plus 3 is equal to -1/3 times x minus 2. Okay, so now again, I just want to basically rearrange this into y equals mx plus b form, and I should have my equation. So this is y plus 3 is equal to -1/3 x plus 2/3. And then we'll go ahead and take that 3 to the other side. So y equals -1/3 x plus, That would be 2/3 minus 3. And we really already did that calculation on the left. So that's negative 1/3 x minus 7/3. So like I said, either way you want to do that, whether you want to just use the y equals mx plus b or use the point slope form, either way is fine. But you should come up with the same answer regardless.